and I have to atone for being such a misguided fool after those many years ago, convinced that I was doing what was best. Achievement unlocked, the Moonlight spell.
Time for more pain, Coco.
I don't wanna.
I don't wanna. It's always the most inappropriate graphics for her. Michelle. After much, much too long, the door swung open, all on its own. It happened so unceremoniously, it was hard to believe I had actually been trapped inside. I had no idea how much time had passed, but the chill in the air suggested it was deep into the night. And with the biting cold, there was the stench of blood. Why? Why? Michelle? I never wanted this. Sorry. You didn't understand at all, Michelle. You didn't know the depth of my feelings for you. You didn't know how intensely I wanted you. How fervently I loved you. I was never going to be able to find someone else and live happily with them. It had to be you. The thought of anyone else touching me terrified me. You just didn't understand. I don't want to live in this stupid world. The time I spent with you truly was the happiest time of my life.
I know.
I've been shanked multiple times with a dagger in the heart today. I remember everything now. You died on that day. You were killed. You disappeared from this world and left me behind.
That's right. I remember the pain, the agony of death, and the fear. I did indeed die that day.
You refused to listen to me. Do you have any idea how it felt? To feel you dying from the other side of that door.
Giselle.
I wanted you to take me with you. Is this what you wanted to see?
My memories. The traces of my life on this earth. That's a very appropriate title.
I'm gonna have to yeet the people who made this game into the sun. How cool.
My memories. The traces of my life on this earth. End there. In order to find your truth, we need more of the story.
Very well then. If you want more story, I will tell you more. What comes next is both a continuation and a brand new tale. The Maid's Tale. When you've heard it all, I expect you to commend me for not forgetting how to smile. That sounds promising.
Very promise.
Should I read this or should you?
We haven't completely cut through the darkness yet. An Arctic wind blows past me. At the same time, I'm gripped with an overwhelming urge to break down into tears. Perhaps this is the solitude she felt for so long. I have to face this. I have a responsibility to her to do so. And I have to atone for being such a misguided fool after those many years ago, convinced that I was doing what was best. Achievement unlocked, the Moonlight spell.
Time for more pain, Coco.
I don't wanna.
I don't wanna.
The sixth door, 1099 to who knows.
Gosh, who knows? Oh boy. I'm guessing this is me.
Mm-hmm.
This is my tale, and the maid's tale. A tale of a foolish, naive girl. Looking back on it now, I'm ashamed of everything. But I will tell you my story in its entirety without embellishments. I ask that you, please, not let go of my hand. Thank you for the color burp in the background, Scott. If only my microphone was not so good, I would not have picked that up. Anyway, the only things the knights left behind were a garment and a large pool of your blood. Blood had seeped into the fabric, and it was beginning to dry. When I clenched it in my hand, it made soft crackling sounds. It's a lot of blood. The oppressive stench of death lingered in the tower. Michelle, there's no point in a life without you. You know that, right? Have a wonderful family? You know I can't do that. Hey, Michelle? Answer me. Come back to me. I don't care if it's as a ghost. I just need you here with me. Come back to me. Talk to me about nothing and about everything. Be irritated with me when I do something stupid. Scoff at me whenever I tell a bad joke. Trounce me at chess again. Put your arms around me one more time. Come on. I'm begging you. If you won't come back to me, then I'll go to you. I don't care if that's not what you wanted for me. This world without you is meaningless. I'm guessing that's Morgana.
Dying won't guarantee you get to see him again. He spends all this time refusing to talk to me, and when he finally does, he begs me to save his love. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Rather disappointing, to be honest.
Who are you? Where are you?
Quite daft, aren't you? Within these walls, I am everywhere. And you've heard of me before.
I have no...
Heavens, you are slow. Is that pretty head of yours only for decoration?
What? But no, there's no one else.
You might be thicker than these walls, my dear. Although, I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. You never did believe anything Michelle said about me. You thought he was going mad. This is brilliant.
No, there's no way. It can't be. The cursed witch, Morgana.
Oh, you even know me by name, do you? It would appear my legend has survived longer than I expected. I suppose I should thank all the humans who passed it down for me.
You actually exist?
I most certainly do, my dear. As I recall, you don't believe in supernatural, do you? But it's hard to deny when that very witch is talking to you right this moment. Michelle was not even slightly mad, my dear. I told him he was better off without his sanity, but he refused to listen. He wasn't deranged. His surroundings were. His environment, the people around him, his whole world. Can you imagine how dreadful that must have been? To be the only sane resident in a world gone utterly mad. It's a miracle he managed to keep his head. Remember what you said just before he died, my dear. You said it was all in his head. You said he couldn't tell the difference between illusion and reality. You said he had long since gone insane. Shouted it at the top of your lungs.
No, that's not what I meant.
Ah, poor Michelle. If only you had believed him about the witch. I feel bad for you too, though. You have my pity. What did you ever do to deserve this? Oh, and just to be perfectly clear, I played no part in either your or Michelle's misfortune. The only force to blame for that is fate. You were a good, honest, joyful, lovable woman. And look at how the world treated you.
May I ask you something? Was it you who sealed me in the tower?
Yes, it was. That was what Michelle wanted. Once, I told him I would grant his wish. So I did as he asked. Though it looks like that ended up causing you even more pain. How tragic. So, you're planning to die? Are you hoping to reunite with him in heaven? The plan's destined to fail from the outset, my dear. God teaches that suicide is a sin, and you'll go to hell for it.
Then
I will not kill you.
why not?
Because I swore to Michelle that I would save your life. Poor Giselle. If you have any other wish, I'll be happy to grant it. I can't bear to see you so miserable.
A wish.
You have but a single desire right now. To see him once more. Isn't that right, Giselle?
Are you saying you can make that happen?
Sorry.
It's too sexy, Coco. You're killing me. You'll bring him back to life for me?
The forces of life and death are outside of my realm. That is God's territory, or the angels. However, I can guarantee you this. His reincarnation, no, his reconstruction.
His reconstruction?
Yes. You can meet him again. Not in this life, but in some future life. Just imagine it. Finding your beloved again after overcoming so much tragedy. 10, 20, maybe 100 long years from now, you're finally reunited. Doesn't that sound marvelous? True, unparalleled love in its purest form. What do you think?
Just because you can bring his soul back doesn't make it Michelle. I want to be with him. That brusque?
Mm-hmm.
Brusque. Okay, that brusque, impenetrable, slightly immature, but gentle as a butterfly man. The man who sincerely, deeply loved me. If it's the same soul in a different body, can you still call him my Michelle?
My apologies. You beat me to the punchline, and you did so with such ardor you threw me off balance. You're exactly right. The idea that, if your love is strong enough, you can both be reborn and have exactly the same relationship, is utter fairy tale nonsense. You must be the same people to have the same love. Which is why I'm not promising his rebirth or reincarnation, but his reconstruction. Your wish can become a reality, Giselle. As long as you wish for it with all your heart, it can come true. I'll wish for his reconstruction as well. You have a witch asking to make this happen, my dear, so you can be confident that it will bear fruit. And you wish for him to remain as himself. If he truly loves you, and he too wishes to reunite with you, your wish shall be granted.
Will you really wish with me?
I most certainly will, my poor, pitiful dear Giselle. I shall offer up my most heartfelt prayers for you.
I'll wish for it. Until the moment of my death, I'll keep wishing for us to be reunited as the same people.
I can't guarantee your reconstruction, though.
What?
I only said I guaranteed his. Michelle's is the only reconstruction I will wish for. I will not ask for yours.
Why not?
You're not looking at a benevolent wish-granting goddess or an angel with a magic bow and arrow. You're looking at a cursed witch.
Then how am I to be with him again?
I can offer you but one option that will allow you to reunite with your reconstructed Michelle.
Tell me. What do I have to do?
You must live here with me.
Live with you? What do you mean?
It was Michelle who resurrected me, but he could not serve as my guide. I have work to do, but I cannot do it alone. I need a guide to assist me, because as you can see, I have no body. If this house did not exist in this world, then perhaps I might be able to give myself form, my soul's form.
I don't understand anything you're saying.
You don't need to understand. All I need from you is for you to show your utmost hospitality to the people I'm expecting to show up at this mansion someday.
Entertain your guests?
That's right, my dear. Michelle isn't the only one whose reconstruction I'm wishing for. There are others. Several heinous sinners. So I want you to serve as a maid and watch over them when they arrive. And until then, keep the house in good condition.
What? What are you scheming?
Is that something you truly need to know, my dear? All you need to do is wish. Pray for the day your beloved appears before you again. For the day he wraps his arms around you once more. One word, Giselle. That's all I require. Do you want to see him again? Do you want to hear his voice again? I can promise you, you'll have your happiness back. What reason is there to hesitate? There isn't one. Or are you simply going to give up? I wonder, what would happen if you said no? If you disappear from this world? How will Michel react when he comes back? Will he be sad? Angry? Or will he forget about you? And fall into the arms of another woman?
No! He can't!
Then make up your mind. Will you come with me, or will you throw it all away?
If I had given it a little thought, I would have realized she was manipulating me. That she was just telling me what I wanted to hear. But I believed her. I accepted her proposition. As unbelievable as it sounded, my desire for it to be real overpowered everything. It was impossible not to grasp at the straws she was dangling in front of me. That was all I could do at the time. The witch's voice also had an inexplicable power to it. It made me believe, as outrageous as it was, that she really could bring you back, reconstruct you. Maybe because I had seen her turn a door into an immovable wall. Or maybe because I had heard her disembodied voice. But I don't think those are enough to explain it. My guess is, she had me under her spell. That was the moment I became the maid. But I assure you, I was, at that point, still the same Giselle you knew and loved. The sound of the rain never seems to stop. Am I hallucinating it, maybe? From the moment I lent my ear to the witch's sweet temptations, the mansion underwent an unimaginable transformation. No light shone through the windows, despite them still being unobstructed, not morning, day, or evening. In fact, the concepts of morning, day, and evening did not seem to exist. The darkness resembled that of when the windows had all been sealed off, but there was something more fundamentally unreal about it. Like it was hovering over a vast, all-consuming abyss within a constant haze of malice. I felt like I had been cast into some unknown realm, and that was why there was nothing beyond the windows. And the house was not the only thing that underwent changes. I too was no exception. In the blink of an eye, all my basic human urges vanished. I stopped feeling hungry, and I no longer needed sleep. Naturally, I was bewildered by what was happening to me, what I was turning into. I think I'll take a look around. Maybe there have been other changes. Looks spooky and haunted.
Nah.
Only a little bit. Maybe 2 ghosts.
Perhaps 3?
Yeah, I think 3 is a good number. So I meandered through the mansion's halls. My original intent was to explore the entire house, but I found myself drawn toward one room in particular. That's right, your bedchamber. There was no light, not a trace of color remaining in your chambers. But the bed was the same shape, the walls the same texture, the curtains the same design as when you had been alive. Michelle, I'm praying. I'm always praying. That someday we'll meet again.
Oh, a shit ton Kanetsu.
Konatsu, no!
Oh, you're gonna have to watch the VOD.
There's so much that happened. Very sad. Oh, there's something hidden under the bed. What could it be? It's that painting. Ooh, that's right. I never did get to ask why he got so angry about me seeing this. I'm sure it's something he didn't want to be reminded of. Perhaps having to do with his family. I was right not pressing him about it.
Oh.
Huh? Ah! What the? Did the painting just smirk at me? Oh God! Ah! Oh jeez, Giselle. What are you doing tripping over yourself? It was just that accursed witch messing with your head. No need to get spooked over a tasteless prank. When I stumbled, I guess I knocked a drawer open. There's something inside. Letters, it looks like? I shouldn't touch these. They're not mine. But I want something of Michelle's to have. Something to remember him by. His letters would be in his handwriting. They would contain his words. Please forgive me, Michelle. I don't mean you any ill will, but I'm going to take these. I must say, there are an impressive number of... Eek! What? What on earth? It's like someone dumped an inkwell on every page. But why? Was this the witch's doing too? Yeah, it has to be. It must have been her. It definitely wasn't you, Michelle. Was it? Giselle is very sad. The front door. I wonder what it's like outside. I can't get it open. What's going on? The bar isn't set, but it won't budge an inch. It's just like up in the tower. I know, the windows. They should open, then I can... What's going on here? What the heck is going on? It's like there's an invisible wall in front of the window. My hand won't go any further. This is rich. What else can I do but laugh? What in the world? This is madness. Hurry up, Michelle. Return to me. Get me out of here. Please get me out of here. Keep yanking on the windows, they ain't gonna budge. I had no idea how to explain anything that had happened to the mansion. But it was clear enough that I was imprisoned within its walls. I was all alone in a nebulous sphere of bleak darkness, and beyond its walls lay void. The layout of the house remained unchanged, but I felt as though I had wandered into a twisting labyrinth. I could cry, but there was no one there to soothe me. All it did was provoke her disembodied cackling, which she followed with,
You chose this, my dear. So you need to hold yourself together and keep wishing.
My only real pastime was cleaning. I dusted the same corners again and again, swept the same floors, polished the same dishes. One day, I decided I would read the books left in the library. Despite there being more than 100 volumes, I finished every one of them in what felt like no time at all. My life was a never-ending cycle. Day in and day out, day in and day out. The house had no visitors. No one, rather, nothing at all set foot upon the property. There were no signs of other life whatsoever there. Not even one rat to squeeze. No birds singing in the morning, no cats sunbathing in the garden, no mice scurrying about the kitchen, no creepy, crawly insects. There was nothing. Nothing at all. The only thing that broke the long stretches of silence was her voice. Tell me, was she kind to you? Was she friendly and courteous? Because she was quite harsh when she spoke to me. There were the kinds of things she was always saying to me.
He didn't show up today, did he, my dear? Are you still praying, my dear? Do you think he'll actually come, my dear? I'm still wishing, just like I promised, my dear. You know why he hasn't come for you, my dear? Because perhaps he doesn't actually love you as much as you thought. My dear. My dear. My dear. Have you lost your mind yet?
Shut up! I've had enough. I'm done with you. Enough. Please, enough already.
Oh, what's got you so worked up? You love to talk, don't you? So why not have a nice little chat with me?
This is not a chat!
Maybe not in your mind, my dear. You seem to think chatting only constitutes conversations you enjoy. But I don't think the word's usage needs to be so restricted personally.
You're just getting off on watching me squirm.
Oh, not at all. You have all my best wishes if he ever does show up for you. Ooh, so scary. If you're making that face when he shows up, he might not even recognize you.
What?
You haven't looked in the mirror recently, have you? Go on then, my dear. See just how frightful you've become.
No. The witch was right. I looked nightmarish. My face was pale and lifeless, my eyes hollow, my cheeks sunken, heavy bags beneath my eyes. My hair had lost its sheen, and it grew wildly. I was quickly losing everything that made me recognizable as me, and the thought sent a shiver down my spine. No, this isn't me. This is some kind of trick. You're trying to deceive me.
Baseless accusations. You really must stop blaming people every time something doesn't turn out the way you want, my dear.
But, my face was more...
More what? More expressive? More cheerful? Brighter, rosier? You're right. You weren't ever this gloomy, were you?
Right. I was always more cheerful than this.
Naive girl. Could you be any more narcissistic?
Huh?
What you're looking at is, undeniably, exactly what you look like right now. Time did not do that to you, nor did I. The negative energy oozing from within you is what's causing you to take on this form. Did you think you didn't have any dark, ugly emotions inside you? Did you believe you would always be able to smile no matter what? Did you assume you were pure and beautiful? No one like that exists, my dear. What you see in the mirror is the true you. Your hideous, twisted heart.
If you weren't always being so nasty, this would never have happened. Anyone's heart would be twisted listening to you for so long.
So you're saying Michelle's heart was twisted too? I spoke to him for years.
No!
I'm just teasing. I suppose I may have crossed the line there. I mean you no ill will, Giselle. Honest. Allow me to give you one word of advice, though. Look at yourself in the mirror often. If you continue deteriorating at this rate and end up looking like a corpse, when Michelle comes and sees you, he won't jump for joy, but run away screaming in terror.
Stop talking. Please. Just stop.
You know, Giselle, this is only the very beginning. He might not show up for hundreds of years.
I can't live that long.
Absolutely brilliant. You think you're alive? The moment you agreed to come with me, you ceased to be of this world. So don't worry about time, my dear. You can wait as long as it takes. As long as it takes for him to arrive.
As the witch had suggested, I started checking my appearance in the mirror every day. I wanted to ensure I didn't turn into some horrifying creature. My hair grew, so time seemed to be passing, but I didn't appear to age at all. The flow of time had become perplexingly vague and uncertain. Was it stopped, or was it moving? I couldn't tell. On occasion, I would practice smiling in front of the mirror. My smile was, after all, my one really distinctive feature, and I was certain you had seen me smiling more than anything. Even if my appearance had changed drastically, I thought, you would still be able to recognize me by my smile. A woman standing alone in front of a mirror practicing how to smile. I'm sure that was quite the comical sight. And that was about how my days went for an incomprehensibly long time. Geez, Morgana.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, 1099. Oh, here we go. Rocketing through space-time. Damn. Okay. Youch. That's a long time. Okay. For the first 100 years, I kept track of how much time had passed.
And I think this will be a good place to end the stream.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Ay, ay, ay. Poor Giselle. Poor
Giselle.
Michelle.
Yeah, wow.
I will be ready to hunt down these devs if they do not get a happy ending by the end of all this.
Yeet them into space. Just, nope. You didn't do it right. Do it again.
Do it again.
Do it better in space.
Chain them up.
Yep. They just keep throwing punches. It's true. Too many.
I don't know how much is left of my bones. They're just dust now after all the punches.
There's still meat left though, Coco, so they're gonna just beat on that.
Well, I think you might want
to... Okay, that was an unfortunate choice of words. I didn't even think about it. My God. I'm so sorry.
Well, I don't think we can top that. So, thank you guys for joining us, and I hope to see you this Thursday. Have a good night.
Bye.
It's not